Hi everybody. I just thought I'd try this live video thing again. Messed up the last one. Anyways, we're really happy. We got some wonderful news today. There was a huge difference between yesterday and what condition Tashi was in and today. I was praying hard that he would have lots of energy today and get us some appetite back, because that's not been very good. And I was so surprised. He has lots of energy. He's still having a little bit of blood from his stool, but it's not nearly as red as it was. And hopefully he'll be forming a little firmer poops down the road. We're still getting diarrhea with some blood, but he's so much better than he was. And he's eating. He actually took some chicken from me, and he ate at the vet's. He ate a little bit too. They gave him some baby food, and they sent us home because they think he'll do much better here, because he'll be less stressed than he was at the vet. And he wasn't sure what was going on there, and of course they had his tail all wrapped up so it wouldn't get all messed up, and they had his catheter in, giving him fluids and antibiotics. And yesterday I was pretty upset because he was not in very good shape still, and he'd already been there. That was the second day. I was praying really hard last night and asking that he get his appetite back and that his bowels get back to normal, and he gets back to being his sweet little energetic self. You can see he's pretty pooped out right now. He was very excited to discover that he was going to go home with us. He let out a few funny little noises. He's not crying anymore. He was doing a lot of very strange sounding whimpering before, because he was in a lot of pain. But they've given us some pain meds, and they've given us 2 different types of medicines that coat the colon and prevent it from getting inflamed again. So I guess what happened was he ingested something. My guess is poop, out in the yard that we hadn't managed to scoop up yet. And it gets infected with a bacteria when it goes through the gut, and it causes the colon to bleed. And he was really bleeding. And he started off, that morning that we brought him in, he started off with some pretty bad vomiting, and it wouldn't stop, and he was getting very dehydrated and weak. Had no appetite whatsoever. And then they had him overnight, and the next day we came to visit him yesterday, and he was still pretty weak. First thing he did was throw up, and then he had a huge pee, and then he had a very runny, messy, and bloody poop. So, and he was still kind of crying. He was in just a lot of discomfort. So I cleaned all that up with the stuff they had handy there, and stayed with him. We stayed with him for a couple of hours. And I did a little Reiki on him. I kept my hands on him, and I kept asking the universe to send healing energy. Who's that, Kai? Who's back? Eh? When we brought him home, all the animals came around, actually quite quietly, and investigated him. And then I offered him some organic chicken that I cooked for him, just little slivers. and he took it. So his appetite's coming back, which is a blessing. And they sent us home with 4 different bags of things to administer. There's Tika checking him out. See, they all know. They all know he's not feeling good. But he's so much better than he was yesterday. Yesterday, I was very discouraged. I came back pretty upset, and I just prayed a lot last night. And I want to thank you all, again, from the bottom of my heart, from both of our hearts, for being there for us and praying for his good health and sending us healing energy. You have no idea how important that is to both of us, to all of us, Tashi especially. Anyways, it was just wonderful to see him more animated and excited. He was so happy to come home. I guess, if he was calmer and not in such a, like, he's a hyper little guy. If he wasn't like that, he probably would have stayed at the vet a little longer. I was nervous to bring him home. I am a little nervous to bring him home because I don't want anything to go wrong. Oh, he hears the bells. Who's ringing the bells? Oh, it's Kai. He wants to go for a walk. Hi, sweetheart. Hi. Hey, all your fans are out here. Everybody that was praying for you. How you doing, sweetie? Hey? You're getting closer. So we have to give him his antibiotics at specific times, and then we have to give him a painkiller, and we have to give him 2 different colon coaters. They coat his colon with something that prevents the colon from getting inflamed. Hey, Tashi, here's Jenny. She clips your nails. Remember Jenny? Hey? Oh. His toenails are getting so long, Jen. We have to get him in there as soon as he's up to it. Do you do home calls? Just joking. Anyway. So we keep him on these things that coat the colon so that it doesn't get inflamed and start bleeding again. So I expect he probably ate some poop because he sees Pebble doing it, and he sees Pebbles has always done this, I guess, and Moki started doing it too, and my guess is he probably ate some poop because there were leaves in his barf, so I'm sure leaves were stuck to the poop. That's the only thing I can think of, because this disease comes from having bacteria get into the system and wreak havoc, and it did. When we brought him home, we set him down on the lawn, and he had a pee, and then he did another poop, and I had to get some paper towels and kind of clean up behind him because it actually had a little bit of a shape to it, which is good, but there was still some blood, and I had to get him all cleaned up and bring him inside and give him a little wash on his bum and his tail area. But I'll tell you, you sure notice when this little guy's missing. He's such a gem, and he loves everybody, and he's so sweet. And he would have just died if anything had happened to him. We've had a very rough few months with health issues between Tashi and Walter, and just family junk and lots of stressful things, and it's been very hard. Haven't been feeling so great. Sorry. Walter's just having a massage in our chair. Anyways, all the animals miss Tashi. Do you miss Tashi, Tika? Eh? Miss Tashi? Where is he? Where's your brother? Yeah? It's good to see him resting anyways. He was in so much pain before. He wasn't getting any sleep. So when he wakes up, we're gonna give him his first dose of stuff at home. I hope I don't mess up on what goes with what and when and all that stuff, because sometimes my brain makes mistakes. Anyway, that's our little angel. It's wonderful. I'm so appreciative to all of you. Thank you so much for caring. I'll keep you posted. Maybe he'll be a bit more awake the next time. And you wouldn't believe the smile he had on his face. Oh my gosh. On the way home, when he was sitting on Walter's lap, he had that beautiful, big, Tashi, pappy smile on his face. He knew where he was going. Tika's just crying here, just walking around the house crying. Oh boy. Oh, you woke up? Hi, sweetheart. I was just going to sign off, but maybe we'll keep it on a little bit, eh? How you doing? Eh? How's my baby boy? Are you there, Lorraine? Are you there? You'd be happy to know your baby is so much better. A huge difference today. Oh, there's that funny little sound he makes when he's uncomfortable. Are you okay, sweetie? Oh, please be okay. Anyway, so we got to keep a close watch on him in case anything takes a turn for the worse. Keep him quiet. That's a hard thing to do. And there's my old wrinkly skin. It's my baby boy. Yes, you are. You're my very special baby boy. We love you. Yes, we do. Yeah, the vets felt okay. Okay. Be okay, sweetheart. Good energy. Yeah, you feel that good energy? Hi, Lorraine. Oh, yeah. I was not expecting this. It was such a shock to hear that we could bring him home. They just felt that he'd be happier in his home environment, and that would help in him healing up faster. So, but they said if anything not too good happens, that we are to get him right back. But at least he's eating now. You'll be happy to know. Just little bits at a time. There's your Aunt Jan. Barney and Pepper say hello. That's her birds. I think Tashi will be more responsive once he's had a good snooze. A little monkey. His toenails are getting so long, oh my gosh. I was planning actually to take all the dogs into Jenny to get their nails clipped, and that's when everything went crazy around here. Oh. He saw a squirrel earlier, and of course he reacted. He's not supposed to get excited, and he's not supposed to go running around, even if he feels like he can. He's been pretty weak. Oh, my hands. I got shaky hands. Hey, sweetie. I love my boy. We love our baby boy. Yes, we do. Mr. Tashi. Hey, you okay? Huh? You alright? Had a pretty rough time, poor little guy. This breaks your heart. You know, you don't know what to do. You feel helpless. Just so happy for all of you being there and willing to say a prayer or two. Send our boy a little healing energy. Power of prayer, you know. It's amazing. I've seen miracles. I consider this one a miracle. I'm pretty close to not being around anymore. And that would kill me. Well, he's got his brothers and sisters looking over him. They've been keeping an eye on him. Who's that? Hey? Who's that, sweetie? There you are. Hi. Got your mousey here. You see your mousey? Look. There he is. Hey? Tashi sleeps with his mousey, and he likes to take him and shake the living daylights out of him when he's feeling good. And I'm sure he'll do that again. Hi, Nick. Thanks, Jenny. Yeah, he's pretty sleepy. He's had a crazy few days. I'm not sure what you got into, Tashi, but oh boy, we gotta figure out something about keeping you away from whatever it was. That was scary. Yeah. Poor little guy. Poor baby. Little monkey eyes. Those eyes. Oh, we missed him last night. He usually sleeps in the bed. I'm always rolling around trying to make sure I'm not rolling onto him. It just wasn't the same with him not there. No. Wasn't the same at all. What's that? Hey, you hear something? That's Dad. Yeah? There's a train going by. Hey? Is that what you hear? It's a train, sweetie. It's just a train. Oh, he hears every tiny little sound. It got quite noisy over there at the vet. They were doing some renovations, and so there was some drilling and banging. And then in the room where they had his cage, it was very bright, and there was a lot of other animals. And of course, they're all whining and making sounds and stuff. And I'm sure that was very upsetting for him. So they probably are right. Getting him into his own home environment where he's comfortable and he's with us is going to be conducive to healing. Oh, baby. He sure didn't like having that catheter in. Apparently they had to put a cone on him because he pulled it off once. Chewed it off. And then they had a little pink tape, covering the area that they had to take off to send him home. And he was so afraid they were going to be jamming something into him or out of him, I guess. And he started to squeal. Glad he's getting some sleep. Maybe I should get some too. Anyways, that's the update for now. Maybe when he's awake and maybe having a bite to eat, or a little more here, I'll make another one of these and let you see how he's doing. But earlier when we went to pick him up, I couldn't believe it. I mean, he was running around the floor and wanting to jump up on us. I had to keep trying to prevent him from jumping right. It's not the best idea for him to do that right now. They don't want him exerting himself too much. And no walking for a little bit. But oh boy, what a relief. Just so happy. So I'm going to say goodbye to you, and thank you again, everybody, for everything. I can't believe how wonderful you all are. It's very heartwarming. Kai. Kai. Come here, sweetie. Kai. Come here. It's unusually quiet around here. Oh. That was our bird clock. Sleeping and healing. Yes, he is, Juliet. Thank heavens. And he did a lot of healing during the night when we were all praying for him, I'll tell you. It's like night and day difference to yesterday. Yesterday I was pretty upset because it didn't look like he was making any headway. But I think he's going to be fine. Just have to keep an eye on him and just feed him in just small amounts, very bland stuff at the beginning, and make sure he stays quiet and gets lots of rest. So I might keep him separate from the other guys for a while, just to be on the safe side. They get each other going, and if Moki and Pebbles get excited and start barking at something outside, you can be sure he's going to be right in there, or try to be anyway. So, anyways, well, it's kind of interesting. I was wishing I didn't have to teach this afternoon, and I just got a message just this instant right here on the screen saying my student's not feeling well and won't be in today. So there's that universe again, eh? Kind of cool. And I had the number 226, which is the house that we grew up in my parents' house. Comes up all the time. That's my parents' way of letting me know they're there and watching out. It came up twice. It came up in a Scrabble game. And it came up in, it was something to do with the book that I was reading. Anyways, it just keeps appearing. And I think they're just kind of watching over him. I asked them to watch over Tashi. Calming energy sounds like an oxymoron. You goof, Jan. But you're right, calming energy. Well, there's all different kinds of energy, of course. Right, Kai? You coming up to visit your brother? Hey, sweetie? Yeah? He's not feeling very good. No, he's not feeling good. Everybody kind of just pops in and out, making sure he's okay. Hey, baby boy. So he's got this baby food. So it's a chicken and broth food made for babies. And that's what we're going to be feeding them for a while. And I'm making him some organic breast, chicken breast, and chopping it into little slivers. They said that's good for him. He's got to get his protein up. Hi, Susan. There. Okay. No, we're going to go now. Guardian angels. Yes, they're definitely with us, Jan. That's for sure. What would we do without Tashi? Oh my gosh. He brings us so much joy. He's just such a sweetie. He's my sweetie pie. Ain't you, sweets? Okay, guys. I'll check in again later and let you know how things are going. Okay? Bye-bye. Thanks a lot.